Now, in today's episode, we are gonna tap into something somewhere more deep. And the question is, do you believe in God?
My mom will she is not forced, but she will just keep on reminding us like whatever you do, just think of me and know know what's right, what's wrong.
I would want to change.
Yeah, who didn't
Like
want?
like before I pass away, at the end of the day, like I know like we are going to afterlife, and I feel like that's like where we belong, and so I want to like devote to God.
Before we touch on religion, we will talk about that on another episode lah. But today, I want to talk about God, because now I want to know, like, from upon hearing all your stories and your experiences, did you have a good or bad experience with your faith, your religion, or with God? You know, like, have you had any experience? Because for me, I feel like I experienced it twice. Like, even for me, who is not someone who is a strong believer in one God. I believe in there's all the almighties up there. So for me, when I experienced it, it was really very powerful. Like, one was during my breakup, and one was actually with Ariana. Yeah, that was something that's quite beautiful lah. Yeah, it was actually quite a beautiful moment. So for me personally, when I broke up, I locked myself up in my room for like a few days. I did not leave my room. I was just crying, and then I think it was on the third night I woke up at about 3 or 4 a.m. I was just sitting there, and I just started crying again. And I just said like, I know I don't pray a lot, but I just wish that there's someone who understands and feels my pain, because I don't know what I can do or what I will do if I continue to be alone like this. And out of nowhere, my mom appeared in my room. Out of nowhere, no sound. I did not hear her door open. I did not hear my door open. She was just in front of me. She just started talking. She was just like, you don't need someone to complete you. You are enough by yourself, And I feel like you're very strong, so you need to stop doing this to yourself. So I calmed down, and then I was just sitting there, and then she left. She came back with a glass of water for me to drink. So she said like, okay, drink and just go to sleep, don't think. Yeah, and I felt like he sent my prayers to let her know in a way. So out of nowhere, she appeared. So to me, that was something just like, I don't know, honestly, like I don't know where I would be at today if it wasn't for that moment. Yeah, like, like she was literally the angel that was God sent. Yeah. So that was one very beautiful moment. And the next one was with Ariana, because I like to visit my late dad at the cemetery. And then Ariana found out that her grandma's grave is nearby, in the same area. So she's like, hey babe, if ever you're going to visit, let me know, because I want to come along. I want to visit my grandma. I have not seen her for quite some time. So there was one day where I wanted to go. So I didn't even know whether she was working or not. So I just texted, babe, do you want to go to the cemetery, because I'm going? And then immediately he was like, yes. Sorry, she was like, yes.
Can he lah?
So we went on my bike. We reached, and then I think we went to my dad's grave first, right?
Yeah. Because yours is the closest to the entrance.
Went there first, and then I visited, and then said what I wanted to say, gave him my prayers. Then we left to look for Ariana's grandma's grave. So the issue was, it hasn't been visited for a very, very long time. So Ariana,
she passed when I was 16 years old, 12 years ago. So but I only visited her, I would say, started like 7 years ago. So almost like 2-3 years I didn't visit her at all. Yeah. So when Farah, and I met Farah at that point of time, and I know and I see that he actually regularly visits his dad, I wanted to follow Sola.
Yeah, but the problem was Ariana had no idea where the grave was.
The lot was.
Yeah, the lot. So, believe it or not, we actually drove past the area. We did not even went through the area somehow. Like, we just keep missing it. And then we went around. Ariana gave up. Ariana was like, you know what, babe, forget it. And then it started raining.
Because I remember,
Yeah.
I think we went around for almost half an hour.
Yeah, for half an
to
hour, we
the
just went
extent
round
that, like,
and round.
we even went to every, when there's plot also, right?
Yeah.
So we went to
Yeah.
almost every other plots, and my grandma's plot was actually the one closest to the forest, so I know where it was. In a sense, like, I had a visual where it was, but I think we drove there so many times. We right around it, and then I was like, in my mind, I was just thinking maybe she doesn't want to see me.
Yeah, that's where Ariana started to like freak out, and then she's just like, you know what, let's forget it. And then I was like, no, we cannot. There's a reason why we are here, and that's for me to bring you to visit her. And then it started raining. So here's the thing: there was no shelter, but there was just this small side
We were under a tree
and
on his
then
bike.
we were somewhat sheltered. We were not drenched. We were sheltered, but it was raining heavily.
Yeah.
And then Ariana was like, let's just go lah. It's already raining. Just give up. Let's say no, babe. I remember my mom always say that he likes to test us, and this is a test. And I feel like this is your test from her because you have not visited her for a long time. I feel like she's sulking, and she's testing your faith, like how much and how strong you are, like how much do you really want to visit me. So I told Ariana, no, we're not leaving until you find her. And then it was too raining. I was like, you know what, let's just go. So we went in the rain. So we went in, we turned, and then he was just like, babe, stop.
I found her.
And he came down, and then he found her, and it stopped raining. And I think
What I remember was that when Farah drive, you know how the names are all tilted in a sense where it's to the roadside. So when people drive past, you can usually read. My grandma's nameplate was the only one that was turned to the side. Out of all like hundreds of nameplates over there, which I noticed. Then when Farah drove past, I saw one plate that was like that. Then I turned. Then I think it was her. I saw her name. Her name is very short and sweet, Emma. Then after that, I just like
She just tapped.
Me, I found her. I found her. Then I
found
just
her.
ran. Farah just stopped, and then I just ran all the way to the grave, and I just sat down there, held the nameplate, and then I just knelt, and just with the helmet on.
I just felt like the most beautiful moment was when the weather just calmed
He
down.
told me, I just started crying. He was there. He just held my shoulder and everything. Then I said, babe, look up. Then I looked up. Then the weather was just so fucking beautiful. Like,
It was sunset.
it was so nice.
It was
It's like there was
beautiful.
not even a cloud in the sky. When the fact that it was raining so heavily, then I'm like, wow. Like, it's really wow. I was like, wow, I didn't know. Like, as much as you want to call it a coincidence, I'm going to take it as a beautiful sign from him. You want to call it signs? Sure. But for me, at that point of time, because I went through what I went through because with Farah, it's a sign for me from him. So call it whatever you want, but to me, it's not. That's my divine experience that I had with him. Yeah. So thank you, babe.
You're welcome. I'm so happy we actually experienced that. It was freaking beautiful.
I used to have an ex who is a very religious person, and I'm actually quite happy that throughout that 7 years, like, even though sometimes he always nags at me and asks me like, why am I going to stop this and stuff like that, but actually he taught me a lot of knowledge on religion. He taught me things that I didn't know, and he taught me I even worked at a mosque on a weekend to see how things goes on in a mosque and everything. And to be honest, just being in a mosque, like, I was there during the weekend and expecting people to like judge me, in a mosque, and actually it was the most beautiful thing, and it's so calming, and it's my heart and mind was just chill, and I was so happy. At first I was like, why am I gonna work in a mosque? Like, how am I gonna help? Like, I don't even pray. But he was like, no, just come. I show you how things go and everything. I was like, okay, and whatnot. So within that 7 years, I learned a lot. And then till today, it reminds me that God works in a lot of different ways and remind us in a lot of different ways. And when it comes to the bad days and whatnot, when those days I feel like giving up and things are just so hard, and I really feel like giving up, but I know that he keeps on. I remember I always tell myself that no, it's a challenge. I can do this, and it's because of me. Reminding myself that he's there is why I'm sitting here right now still and talking to you guys and sharing this beautiful moments, and God works in his own ways, be it whatever religion you believe in. I believe that he works in so many different ways, and I think that's when I'm really thankful, that there are still people around me who reminds me, even in a small way, but sometimes people are harsh to us and people don't understand what we are going through, and it's not easy for us, but we always take it positively. And those out there who are struggling with this, I think you just have to take it positively. Yeah.
Okay, you all need to stop crying and touch up your face because you all look like clowns now.
Luna's been crying since just now. I'm fine.
Okay.
My one that come out of my ears.
What? Come out of your ear?
The one that come out of my eyes is just oil.
Lard.
Lard, yeah.
Okay,
Alright. So, enough crying. Let's play a game.
What game are we playing?
In today's episode, we are going to be playing
Fact or Fiction?
So, I will be asking you questions that are either fact or fictions about Islam.
Yeah. Okay.
So, I will be asking you the questions, and then you girls will have to guess whether it's fact or
Fiction.
That's so clever, like you all.
Fact or friction.
It's time for my
First question is, look at me.
Loves.
The word Islam means submission to the will of God. Fact or fiction?
Fact or fiction?
It's fact.
Fiction.
A bit too long,
I
eh?
would say fiction.
Too long just for the word Islam. But fact.
I don't know. I think it's fiction.
Alright, Luna says it's fiction, everybody says it's fact, and the answer is fact.
That's
Because
why
you know, one word usually can mean a lot of things, man.
Okay, look at me. Question number 2. Abraham, Moses, Noah, and Jesus are prophets in Islam. Fact or fiction?
Fact.
Fact.
That's what I know.
Fact. And it is, in fact, a fact.
Yes.
Yes. Look at me. Question 3. Look at me. Our God, Allah, has 99 names. Fact or fiction?
Fact. Because
Fact.
somebody keep playing the song.
Because the person in the middle cannot remember.
Yeah.
The one that only know 3, right?
Yeah.
No. Now look at me. Next question is, all Muslim men names start with Muhammad. Fact or fiction?
Fiction.
Darling.
You Muhammad Ali.
My name is... my name Norsia.
And the answer is fiction.
Gitu.
Yes, look at me. All Muslim men are allowed to marry more than one woman. Fact or fiction?
This is fact.
This is fact. You keep hearing what? 4.
They all wanted 4 every time.
But stop at 4, right?
And the answer is fact. So now my question is, so can marry 4 men?
Yeah.
Why
No,
cannot?
because religion really cannot marry the same sex, mas.
But my internal soul is woman.
And moving on, look at
Oh my god.
And next question. Majority of Muslims comes from Arab.
Fiction.
Fiction.
You know where's the majority? I know where. This is trivia.
I think I know.
China.
No.
Indonesia.
Bibitnya Butchian.
It's Indonesia.
Really?
Yes. Actually, the next country, if I'm not wrong, I heard was France, but I'm not sure whether that's true or not.
Indonesia,
Yeah,
Muslims.
Indonesia has the most Muslims in the whole world.
Alright, look at me. Next question is, Islam oppresses women rights, men over women. Fact or fiction?
Fiction.
Oh my god.
I read this.
Fiction. Let's go with fiction.
It's
Fiction
fiction.
lah. Everyone.
I give you guys a prime example why it doesn't oppress women. When they get married to a man, they don't take their name. I'm giving a fact here.
The host is supposed to
Yeah. He never say. Does he know? Oh, is it? Oh, is it? I'm serious. I never read. I'm so sorry. Yeah.
Look, it is a fiction because it states explicitly in the Quran that men and women are equal in the eyes of God and forbids killing female babies. Must do the hand babe. Alright, look, one last question.
Okay.
If you are in a deserted island with nothing to eat but pigs, you are allowed to eat them.
Fact.
It is fact, and now we got nothing to eat. Ariana, please.
I'm
It's all for today. Thank you for joining us. Remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, and turn on your notification button. See you next time. Ariana, it's dinner time.
My relationship with God. Okay lah. Lalu malam-malam call okay je.